Okay, so last time I wore this costume, it was because it was a Halloween video, but I'm wearing this again now just because it's just so ridiculously comfortable. Like, I want to be buried in this thing. There's really not much to say if you've seen the last two videos here. Somehow, I've attained friends. I'm unable to watch everything I like, so, but probably the last time because I like having equal trilogies, I'm going to watch what they tell me to watch. The people who cannot eat against my will and force me in front of a TV, strapped to a very uncomfortable chair, this time are a big mix of old and new faces. We got Jaden, Aqua, Shimish, Hippo, True, Media Lover, Golden Lily, Robin, Viz, Invader, Gun, Nate Clone, Ghost Host, Corin, Fred, Funbus, Bratster, Narrow Triangle, Tiffany Chan, Squid, Cyan, and Galil. 22 people. All my friends, they still haven't watched the series. I'm gonna become a freaking martyr. Most of y'all aren't even active or won't even join my server, but here I am, spending 2 weeks watching whatever garbage you send my way. We're gonna get a more diverse selection of stuff today. From movies, to anime, to live action shows, to even Let's Plays. Oh, the 100% less new norm. Episode 2 came out the same day as the last one of these videos. Clearly, if I don't talk about it, we'll never get the third episode. So let's not waste any more time, because I have like 800 episodes of Simpsons to watch. I probably didn't pick a good time to derail my adult cartoon watch through, but people want this, so God, I want to give it to them. Here's watching my friends suggest, part 3. Hello, your neighbor. Goodbye, I'll see you later. Imagine, if you will, you had the power to make one of your friends watch anything. The fate of one man in the palm of your hands. Infinite power at your fingertips. Now imagine, if you will, you took this infinite power and made your friend watch the Hello Neighbor show. What is wrong with you, Jaden? Hello Neighbor, Welcome to Ravenwood is a web series adapting the indie horror game. Hello Neighbor as a game is pretty interesting because it started with a lot of promise, but then it bowed down, being less gameplay focused and a more lore focused. Now it's just a punchline. The show based on it, though, is actually pretty decent. It's got a group of kids, one who just moved in, trying to figure out what's up with the neighbor. I know he has a name, but I refuse to call him anything besides a neighbor. It actually changes the game in a way that's way more interesting, because it actually allows the mystery to be more fleshed out, rather than just letting Reddit put together a story. Tone-wise, things are a little weird. Like, it's about a bunch of kids, it's overall pretty tame. They'll randomly have a pretty grisly moment of this retailer's corpse. Honestly, that's a problem with a lot of mascot horror. You have these scenes with darker moments. Then it cuts to this. Same with this. You can't give the neighbor a dark backstory, then you cut to stretch out Wario. Wait, how are these guys moving around the house so quickly? Are they having a freaking Dragon Ball fight? Also, these traps suck. Kid can dodge them just by casually walking without even knowing they're there. You think this is what MathPass sees when he sleeps at night?
He caught you? You're epic dumb.
The show actually does get pretty dark. Like one kid getting traumatized with a neighbor in this scene in season 2, yes, there's a second season, where the main kid has an allergic reaction. It actually makes sense since this is supposed to be a horror franchise. But also, it's Hello Neighbor, I wasn't expecting much. The show is actually pretty decent though. I wasn't expecting much, but it's definitely much better than the game. And shout out to actually making the neighbor intimidating. We did it, Hello Neighbor bros. We've got something good. This is a replica of Andy from Toy Story.
What are you gonna do now, big boy?
The duel's over.
Farewell, Jaden.
Me after I kill Family Guy Soundwave for making me watch Hello Neighbor. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a series I wanted to get into for a bit, but the massive length of the series has put me off. Also, when a kid is born, they must swear allegiance to one monster collecting franchise. And I'm autistic, so I'm a Pokemon fan. For better or for worse.
Guy undateable.
Pokemon.
Damn right.
But my friend Aqua got really into her pick recently. So for her pick, she gave me Bonds Beyond Time. This is a 10th anniversary special crossing over the 3 protagonists of the different branches of the franchise. A new villain, Paradox, whose head looks like a squid, is coming to destroy the games. And via time travel shenanigans, all 3 of the main heroes team up to stop him. Paradox's motivations are that he thinks the games are old and outdated and bad. Well, here's rebuttal him saying that while the games aren't perfect, they're still a lot of fun, and still work well. Knowing this is an anniversary special, am I crazy, or is this a meta commentary on the series? As my first real exposure to the series, I can't get as into it as a big fan of the franchise. Still, I liked it. It's cool to see these characters all interacting with some of the more iconic monsters across the series battling. Kinda lame that all 3 just gotta pull the perfect card right at the start to win, but it's still a big spectacle that I respect. It would have been better if they had the best card, Anteater Eating Ant. I'll probably get to Yu-Gi-Oh! Eventually. Well, this was a fun peek into it. I am a pussy, so I've never played Dead Space. I hear they're good, but that's the third one, because EA. But, you know, coward. So if I ain't gonna play it, I'll watch it. And maybe there's 2 movies to watch for it. Can you imagine if I instead had to watch a Let's Play or something? We'll get to it. The film doesn't include Isaac Clarke, actually, as it's a prequel. It's about a small group of scientists on a slip, slowly going insane, as they all try to combat the weird things going on. I can't take spaceships and untrustworthy people seriously anymore. But this film's pretty solid, especially at the end when the monsters fully reveal themselves, and there's a big battle. Also, the main captain guy is voiced by Jim Cummings, so I can mark off my obligatory peak reference. The sequel is 3D now? Not really the best CG either. Like, the game looks better. It makes some parts like this guy's death hilarious. It also makes some parts more creepy, like this scene. There's animation served halfway through, though, which is a bit of a weird choice, but it's interesting and it looks better than CGI. This takes place after the original game. In general, it's a lot scarier than the first, especially with the one guy slowly losing his mind and imagining his dead daughter. At least it is scary before realizing this guy is voiced by Kratos. These films are interesting from a non-fan perspective, since most iconic things about the series, as the Cluck and the Necromorphs, aren't in it and are adapted for most of the films respectively. Despite that, though, these are pretty decent. I'll definitely watch these out on the spaceship with a bunch of aliens killing their friends.
There's 500 days of summer.
500 Days of Summer is not as true as her prior to Hippo suggesting it, but now that I've watched it, I'm glad I have. The film is about a man meeting a girl and falling in love with her, and while it can be viewed as a standard romance film, it's pretty clear that the lead is an unreliable narrator and actually a bit of a creep. It's an anti-manic pixie dream girl film. It's like an evil Scott Pilgrim. It even has Pac-Man. The film is told out of order, and again, Tom is an unreliable narrator, which makes rewatch it interesting as you notice what's fake and what's not. Like Tom at one point says the best outfit for summer is her blue dress, and she wears it a shocking high amount in the film. Does she do it genuinely, or is Tom just filling in the blanks of his memory? You can interpret the film a few ways because of this. Are Tom and Summer genuinely in a nice romantic relationship with a few growing pains, or is it a toxic relationship that falls apart? My take is that Tom is a psycho, and all romance is dead, and love is invented by card companies, and we should all just be friends instead of romantic. True expectations versus reality here. This film is really good. I'll now play the best scene in the movie.
Penis.
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 Yeah, we was detectives for like a week.
Well, true. You gave me the worst suspicion of all these so far last time. Can you redeem yourself? The suggestion this time was just a whole freaking lot of beloved SpongeBob vs. Aquaman character Columbo. Now, Columbo is a show. I wouldn't usually allow 7-8 episodes, like a whole season of whatever. But Columbo is set up more like a film series, so all the handful of episodes I've given. For those unfamiliar with the series, Columbo is an old 60s TV show about a seemingly bumbling, ineffective detective solving murder cases, until revealing that he's actually ridiculously smart beneath that oversized coat. Each episode starts with us seeing the culprit's plan and motive, before Columbo appears halfway through to foil it. It seems like a repetitive formula, but the variety of plans in Columbo being just a fun character helps combat that. I got 6 episodes to watch here, with the first one being Any Old Port in a Storm, which is about a wine killer killing his brother before he marries. Columbo, of course, sees past his lies and is liquid filth because he's a Chad. Also, am I crazy, or can you hear this too? Like I'm not crazy, right? You can hear it. Short Fuse is about a man about to inherit a large business, but his uncle is screwing him over and will inherit it instead. So Mr. Soil decides to kill him. What I like about this show is that it always feels like Columbo's ahead of everyone, and is just playing along because he thinks it's fun. Again, this could be a very formulaic show, but Columbo being so fun helps it stand out. The Most Dangerous Match has an up-and-coming chess master killing the former star, so he can be the best. Honestly, why I do love this show, gotta make that clear, it's harder and harder to describe these 3 episodes without just saying, watch the show. How to Die on Murder is the best one, because it has a puppy! Actually, I do think this is the best of the bunch, because I like how thoroughly Columbo outsmarts the bad guy here. The next episode, now you see him. Anyways, this is the new best episode. The magic side of things threw in a bunch of fun twists, and it's interesting to see Columbo on the back foot for once, as he's completely stumped. The final episode True gave me, which funnily enough the first episode, Murder by the Book. The episode is much more simple than the rest, and probably the weakest, but still a good setup to the show. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch the whole show when I got time. It's a really fun show. I cannot wait for Columbo to kill Light Yagami. Oh, one more thing.
It's a pipe bomb!
Yay!
Before I even formally announce this video, maybe you'll have heard I've never seen his favorite movie, Tick Tick Boom. And then he locked it in for his submission. And I just gotta say, thank you. The film starts Andrew Garfield as an aspiring music theater writer, trying to balance his real-life relationship with his girlfriend, the stress of trying to make a musical, and the ticking clock of wanting to make a mark on the world to make sure he doesn't waste his life on this miserable blue sphere we call Earth. As you can guess from the premise, this is a musical. And like, dang. I know Andrew Garfield well, he's Spearman, but I never knew the guy could sing. All the songs here are great. The opening song genuinely might be the best opening song I've heard in a musical. I didn't even know this was based on a real playwright. I'm not the most up-to-date with musical theater. But it hit me in the face with the reveal that Jonathan Lawson made Rent. Maybe I'm just ignorant and stupid and smelly and dumb, but I just so sucked in this film, I forgot real life existed. The message of wanting to make a mark on the world before you pass really connected with me. It's always something I worried about. Eventually dying and not being remembered by anyone. But I gotta hand me that, while I never be a famous parrot or whatever, I made a mark. Like, this video series is a testament to that. I got enough people to care about me that I'm able to form a genuine enough friendship. They want to share the stuff they love with me. I made videos that have really touched people, videos I'm proud of, videos that meant something, videos about Tarzan having sex with a gorilla. And all this hit me because of Andrew Garfield. And like, a message that is only as good as the plot. And that still hits. As do the songs and direction. Courtesy of Lin-Manuel Miranda. Is this film good enough to forgive him for the Little Mermaid remake? God no. There's a song for all eternity for that. But this is easily shut up as one of my favorite films of all time. And I highly encourage you all to check it out. I appreciate Golden Lily a lot for giving me actual movies to have a piece of series I never watch. This time, it's The Martian. This is the film where Matt Damon gets abandoned in space. Okay, I'm liking this so far, but he needs to get back to Earth. Alright, you lost me. It's kind of weird that I never saw this film. It was huge when it came out, but I guess I just never got around to it. I saw Matt Pats talk about Matt Damon's poop for 13 minutes, but never the actual film. The film was greatly balanced between Matt Damon trying his hardest to survive on Mars, and NASA back on Earth planning a rescue mission. This film is fantastic. Perfectly balances the stuff with Matt on Mars, giving him just enough to survive, then needing to rely on his mind and willpower to survive the awful situation he's in, while also giving us a good connection between him and the guys back home. And they played Starman, and I forgot how much the song is ruined for me now. I think it would have been really easy to focus exclusively on Matt Damon, but I appreciate how much we see the different members of the crew equally, in space and on Earth. The favorite between the two astronauts who eventually get married, and the other side actually helps the most in getting Mark back. I call them the Barnes Trio. Yeah, great movie. 9 out of 10. Would have been 10 if they abandoned Matt Damon in space.
Up yours, Matt Damon.
I am placing blocks and shit cause I'm in the fucking Minecraft.
Imagine, if you will, that I, against my better judgment, gave you even more power to make me watch anything. This is your final chance. One more chance to make an impression on me. You have infinite power. You decided to make me watch a Minecraft Let's Play. All my friends are morons! Wildlife is a Minecraft series by the channel Smallish Beans. I know nothing about this channel or this person. If you want to dive into anything with him, the gimmick is this series that is every player in the server has 6 lives. If you die 6 times, that's it. You're done. I was never that into Minecraft. I played it, of course. I do have a pulse. When it comes to the inner side of Minecraft, I never got into it. I think that applies here too. I can see why people would like it, but for me, it's just 7 hours of people screaming at each other about blocks and food. I like the part with the immortal assassin snail, at least. Are those in the game, or is that just a mod? I don't know. Everyone in this video versus immortal assassin snail, no prep, who wins? At one point someone says lapis, and I realize that Steven Universe has ruined minerals for me. Also, why is the playlist for this in reverse order? That's stupid. It's fine for what it is, but that's something I'm into. For a business suggestion, they actually realized there's things other than Dragon Ball. You need Pokemon. Spell of the Unknown. Now, full transparency, I have seen this film before, but I don't ever deep dive into Pokemon films. I really wanted to visit back for the final time, so I'll allow it. At least, I thought I saw this before, but watching this, I realized I only ever saw part of it in, of all places, a bowling alley. Yes, really, this film was playing for someone's birthday at a bowling alley. Please, Entei-senpai, let me get a strike. This is why I'm for Raiko. Now, before I discuss this movie, I need to discuss the objective best part of it. Pikachu and Pichu, baby! Yeah, this is a short that was released through the movie, so I want to discuss it here too. The short has Ash in the game release all their Pokemon and wander free, and Pikachu encounters 2 Pichu.
That's a Pichu. They're known for their playfulness.
He's also the worst freaking character in Smash Brothers. This narrator versus the Stadium narrator versus the Battle Revolution narrator. Who wins? Eventually they get chased by a Houndour, who they then kill, but not really. And they go to this big play place full of a bunch of Pokemon, including like Kitty Oomphy Wooper. But then they get destroyed, they fix it, and Pikachu makes it back to Ash, where he then reveals this is the anniversary of the first time they met. Then Father Time came in and hit Ash with a Still 10 beam. But yeah, this is still cute.
After a horrifying experience like that, I sure could use a little boost.
The official movie starts with a little girl talking to her dad, who's reading a story about Entei. Then the alphabet steals her dad and gives her a fire lion. A fair trade. We check on Ash and the gang as they play a remix of the best theme in the anime, Don't At Me. This girl has the most epic dance moves. My other Kitty Oomphy, Quagsire, my son, powers through everything because he's the best. I love Quagsire. The main plot starts with the Entei and the Unknown granting all the girls' wishes, including making a castle from a storybook and having a mom, which means they end up needing to kidnap Ash's mom as a stand-in. This is the plot that Mars needs moms, I think. The problem is to get his mom, they must go through this impenetrable castle. Noctowl immediately enters it. Shiny privileges, including having a Pokemon battle with her. Keep in mind that Molly can make anything she dreams a reality, yet for her Pokemon team, she picks 3 unevolved Pokemon. Come on, girl! Break out the action replay. Have your team be Mewtwo, Arceus, and Wonder Gotcha Ninja. Who cares if the last two didn't exist? Frick the rules! Rule the world! Charizard comes in to help despite him no longer being with Ash. This was back when Charizard's opinion was cool without requirement. This is certainly among the best of the Pokemon films. I definitely put Lucario the Mystery of Mew and Rise of Darkrai above it. But I still enjoy this one. Now you have Raikou and actual film cowards.
No, so much nope.
Okay, so I'm happy and I love all my friends, but I'm sorry, I'm really freaking pissed at Invader right now. I simply asked this man if he wanted to be in the final of these videos, and he said nope. What a ridiculously rude answer to a simple question. I got so mad that I immediately started a Prime Video and looked for something that had my two favorite things in the world cheer me up. Chimpanzees and Keith David. Strangely enough, I found exactly that, with a film somewhat ironically titled Nope. The film starts with a father played by Keith David, baby! That's right, that's my kitty right there! And also his son on a ranch. Then Keith David dies. This leads us to a time skip, where now the kids and his sister own the ranch, which breeds horses for movies. Unfortunately, someone has alerted the horses, and they're acting weird. So now they gotta find out what's up with them, and what happened to kill Daddy Keith David. This film's done with Jordan Peele, the third of his directorial career. It's so funny that Peele's making these dramatic horror movies, while Kiwi's a fat dude in Wonka. Get Out is of course a modern classic, but honestly, wasn't too into Us, I gotta say. This one I'd say is definitely great, but not as good as Get Out. It managed to be genuinely really creepy. Even in the fake out scene with the kids dressed as aliens. Even if OJ is just rocking that Dipper cosplay. The side bits with the chimp I thought were a little out of nowhere at first, but they tied back together very well. They killed the wacky and waving inflatable Tulia. Never mind, this film is garbage! I'm trying to dance around the big twists. This is a phenomenal movie yet again. So if you're questioning if you should watch it, do the opposite of the title. Keith David.
Have you ever seen Akira?
Of course I've seen Akira! Anime is very mainstream right now!
Akira's been on my watch list for a long time. Said I had to mark it off now, because between this and Silent Voice, I have nothing to add when my top 5 anime movies list. I know this film, certainly, if only for just 2 scenes. Me only ever likes to acknowledge the bike slide and Tetsuo's transformation, just like how people only ever acknowledge the bullet dodging scene in The Matrix. The film starts with a biker gang in Japan. We'll get involved in a big kerfuffle as one of their members, Tetsuo, becomes a test subject for something called the Akira Project, which gives him superpowers and he slowly starts to lose his mind. This is one of the big first push to get anime more respected in the West, but it came out only a few months after Little Mermaid. It was a notable enough hit that we eventually got Dragon Ball and Pokemon and led us to the dark times we're in now. But the film itself is of course phenomenal. The animation is still beautiful. Kaneda is a good grounded protagonist, but obviously Tetsuo was a standout. Honestly, I didn't know much besides some of the memes and more iconic scenes going into this, so hopefully some of you can do the same. This is easily among the best things on this list. See that gun? This is one of my favorites here. You can stop bringing up the throwaway line when I said Cage Match was the weakest thing in the first one, when it was literally just a setup to bash different movie. I totally like Cage Match about the same superhero. You motherfucker!
Wait, do you play Danganronpa? I do. Then you can get out.
I had to watch New Norm, and somehow this is still the most disgraceful submission I've ever gotten. Danganronpa the animation is, as you can guess, an anime adaptation of the first Danganronpa game. Unsurprisingly, I never played any of these games. In general, visual novels are just kind of a blind spot to me. If I did get into it, Ace Attorney would be my pick. Despite the joke at the start, I don't dislike this series, it's just kind of mean to hate on it. The characters seem fun at least, but I never got around to it. But I guess now I gotta with the anime adaptation. This is, more or less, a straight adaptation of the original game. That means I know most of the big twists. Like, even if spoilers point to say that Junko was a killer, I feel like that's pretty well known nowadays. I didn't know the order of the deaths and who killed who though, so that kept some ambiguity. I also didn't know that Monokuma laughs with the Three Stooges. I'll pull to rank the characters, so yeah, here we go. Bottom is Toko. Sorry not sorry, she's annoying. Down is next for the same reason. Tagami, Yashishido, Celestia, Ishimaru, Leon, and Sakia are all around the same tier, but just kind of fine. Some don't last long enough, others just kind of serve a purpose and don't make an impression. Makoto and Kyoto are a good pair of main characters. I like Mamoru's reasonings for killing Chihiro, being that he doesn't think he's as much a man as he is despite appearances, and that he regrets it. Oi is fun in knowing how she's genuinely nice alongside being loyal to Sakura. I can't pick between who I like more between Chihiro and Sakura. The former I like because of how genuinely nice he is, and I like a story of him pretending to be a girl because they don't see himself as a guy after being bullied and wanting to finally prove himself. No idea why the entire fanbase ignores that and still calls him a girl, but okay. And Sakura for also just being the nicest and her plan to save everyone from becoming murderers. I'm mixed on Junko, which is why she isn't ranked. I know she's the main villain of the franchise. I know there's a massive split between people who love her with all their heart, those who want to kill her with hammers. I'll just leave it as she's a fine twist villain, even if I knew the twist. But yeah, I liked it. Will I ever get more Danganronpa? No.
You may now kiss the... You may now...
Kiss, kiss, fall in love.
So after realizing that I never saw Orion High School Host Club, generating a strip between two characters in the haven't seen tier on my big shipping tier list video, Ghost gave me it to watch. Now that I've seen it, I come to a horrific realization. This character here is actually a woman. You're telling me this isn't a quirky love story between two twinks? I can't believe I almost supported a straight ship. So this is a show about Haruhi Fujioka, who accidentally breaks an respected vase, and now it's work to pay it off. Becoming a member of the host club, a group of boys entertain the girls in the school campus.
This is the thanks I get. This is the thanks I get.
Now, first thing, Ghost said this show is about 5 hours long, telling out the credits. It is not. I checked it. It's about 9 hours long and over my time limit. It's perfect finding live to me though. I'm not mad at it at all. The show is decent. I like the antics of the club crew, and Fujioka is a good main character. Listen, romantic animes are my weakness. I'm gonna like this. Let's say I was style for the 2000 anime aesthetic. I will say though, this show has a lot of very anime moments that did not age very well. You said the teaser twice within a minute. These twins that are massive Loud House fans, I can tell if this was made today, it'd be very different. Also, one of the twins sounds like Fry from Futurama.
In our case, because we're twins, our relationship is taboo, and therefore more intriguing.
But overall, it's a very cute little show. Especially appreciate that the final few episodes get a bit more serious and shows that the main two really do love each other. The strip would be A tier, by the way. Also, I knew the theme song was a meme for the longest time, but I never knew where it came from, so hearing it came in like a truck. I knew Miku would rear her ugly head in this series eventually. I just didn't know it'd be like this. How to Miku Colorful Stage, the game that released on my birthday. OMG, me and Miku were twinsies! The game is a visual novel rhythm game thing that has various groups and takes places between different chapters. I was told to watch two different ones. The first one is Wonderland, and the second is Smile of a Dreamer. The first one has a bunch of idols going to a fair, interacting with people, including this mascot with a very deep voice. It's cute, I guess, but I am just kind of being thrown in this game randomly. I really only know a handful of Vocaloid characters, most of which aren't in here. Despite what it is, but not really what I want for the franchise as an outsider. I like that song at the end though. Smile of a Dreamer is more of the same, and kind of lesser due to being shorter. Vocaloid music is actually really good, so definitely dive more into the franchise, but I can't say I'm too into Miku right now.
Mandy? No, Kelly.
Mandy stars Nicolas Cage. Say no more. This is a film about Nicolas Cage living happily with his wife. She gets kidnapped by a cult. Cage takes this role. I admire how Cage has gone from mostly big budget Hollywood films to usually taking smaller films like this. I mean, there's not much higher you can go after Grug Crude, so fair. The film has a very unique look to it, with the entire film being done in what I can only describe as evil bisexual lighting. It's done very triply. There's one scene that's just a cult leader talking while looking dead into the camera for 2 minutes. Who cares about that? We instead have Nicolas Cage chainsaw fighting someone. You have some of the great balance of Cage's normal weird shenanigans, and it's generally pretty unnerving. But other than nerving is Cherry Goblin. Who approved this? Why is this allowed? Why is this in the film? I love it, but why? Yeah, this film is scary, it's wild, and it's one I can definitely recommend.
Thanks for coming for my TED Talk.
As the woke liberal SW cuck that I am, I decided I needed some diversity in this friend group. As in a friend group full of people that love race debating, any one person in it that just freaking despises it. Joe Parra Talks to You is a very interesting series. This is a show on Adult Swim about a choir teacher who discusses various topics he finds interesting, like piano lessons, building a fire, and the Red Wars of Alberta, Canada. I honestly thought Adult Swim even had live action shows. Like, I know Ariade's show, but besides that, usually when I think of them, I only think of their anime lineup. It's not the only thing that makes this show stand out from the Adult Swim's lineup. It's also, like, weirdly wholesome and calm. Like, you'd think there'd be some big, crazy dark twist at the end, but no. It's literally just Joe going to various different places, talking about whatever he wants. There's no out of nowhere blood or gore, and heck, there's barely any swearing. A pretty decent handful of episodes could be rated PG. The entire episode is definitely Joe Parra reads church announcements, which actually has little to do with the church, and it's about him hearing the song Bob O'Reilly for the first time, and it becoming the only thing he can think of for a while. It just perfectly encapsulates the feeling of hearing a favorite song for the first time. A feeling we've all had, but never really seen put into words. Also, his dog. Baby. The show is compared to Mr. Rogers, and as weird as that is to say about an Adult Swim show, I can just see it. It's a very nice show that I recommend.
Bus driver. Tap in.
Is this your stop?
Yay!
Kamen Rider is a franchise I very much want to get into, but God, is it huge. Not only is it huge, Most of the shows and films are near impossible to track down. That, and also, the company that owns it is notorious for being some of the hardest on copyrights, hence the garbage on screen. Bradster, this is flagged, I'm killing you. But hey, might as well get my foot in the door with Drive and Game movie Full War Throttle. Similar to the Yu-Gi-Oh! One I just covered, this is a crossover with two different writers. We actually got a good focus on both of them separately before recombining them. Game's part being about fighting a new mythical creature. This is a scene where this monster puts a girl into a crystal. For some reason, it's really freaking funny to me. Another is Drive trying to solve the mystery of Kamen Rider Lupin, a massive aura farmer. I love this guy. I think that game has all this high scale stuff, and Drive is compared lower scale. But still has the action you expect. I really enjoyed what I saw here. I didn't understand everything, but I can fill in the gaps. Again, I have interest in Kamen Rider. Brad in particular has said I should check out X-Aid. I'll add it to the list. This is good. I do intend to return to this franchise eventually. If only it wasn't so huge. We need an uncommon rider. Also, the Dragon Fruit guy looks the coolest, TBH. So, what did my buddy Narrow Triangle have for me today?
I only joined just to say this. Fuck you, Stripe.
Okay, so the context of that was I just commissioned art of 8-Arm Willie and the Chameleon with the colors of the Ace flag and the Pan flag, and I titled them Ace Arm Willie and the Chameleon Pan. I think he's justified for that, honestly. The second I saw what Girls Last Tour looked like, I knew there's two distinct ways this could go. Either this would be a cute, happy slice of life, or these girls are gonna die. Turns out I'm half right on both. This is described as a slice of life post-apocalypse story. And that's accurate, yeah. Most of humanity is wiped out. Two girls are among the very few living creatures remaining. Chito and Yuri. I'm gonna assume the fan-date had a field day with her name. Basically, it's just the girls going through ruined Earth and occasionally running into other people and remnants of the past. This is a very unique vibe. Like, there's no hope for humanity, everyone is dead, but still pretty lighthearted with just the girls exploring the world. I think episode 4 is my favorite, as they find this fake pond and they wonder why it was made, giving different explanations of why they think it might be. It's kind of like in Pikmin, how it's these cute characters exploring a destroyed world, and you either focus on nice vibes or the horrific life these characters are going through. Except it has cute anime girls. So just like Pikmin. Overall, I already love this. The ending is a little rocky due to ending for the manga, but it's not bad. With that said, Nero asked also if I could check out the actual ending of the manga. And like, I don't usually open this to written material, but it's only a few chapters. It only took like 10 minutes to read it all. I'll discuss it too. Spoilers, of course. Running out of materials, the two girls are still going through the world, now fully by themselves, just kind of walking around, trying to find anything. Stumbling upon a staircase. They climb it, just finding an empty space, and decide to camp out, together. There's a few ways you could take this, whether it be depressing as they're all alone in this world and they can't fight that, or even after the end, they still have each other, and that's what matters. I like that. Sadly, this wasn't animated, but this is a really good ending that I'm glad I also got to check out. Also, of course, I love the two main girls. They're really fun characters. If you don't know, I have this ongoing tier list of my favorite characters, and Yui had officially made it on. This means Nero is officially the only person who appeared more than once in these videos to get all their suggestions represented in my favorite character tier list. I think this means he's my best friend now. So for the first time ever, we are discussing a franchise I actually have some knowledge on. Just a teeny bit though. This is a big franchise, and I've only peeked into it twice before this. I saw the Netflix show, which was fine. It more or less got rid of the big kaiju action you know as Series 4, and just made him Iron Man, so it's fine on its own, but it's not very good as an Ultraman show. At least we got a good performance from Josh Hutcherson. The other one was Ultraman Rising from last year, a really cute film that I loved a lot. This film, Shin Ultraman, takes a different approach, trying to take the series to its roots and make it a bit more dramatic. It's basically what happened to the seemingly named Shin Godzilla, which isn't a coincidence. They're made by the same team and take place in the thematic universe alongside Shin Kamen Rider and rebuild of the Alien. Basically taking the big Japanese kaiju and mecha series and taking them back to their roots. Shin Ultraman is probably the most simple of these, but still pretty good. Japan has to keep fighting the kaiju that come and attack them, but eventually, an alien hero appears to help. However, most people aren't too trusting of this super-powered new force, and worry he might turn on them. The government talks about how they should deal with this new hero, all more aliens attack. Some of which are intelligent and trying to screw over Ultraman's new gig over. The film relies a lot more on CGI this time compared to the old suits of the original, but still leads to some really cool looking scenes. Especially this shot with the woman in Ultraman's hand. Like, I can't get over how good this looks. I like that. This might be a darker take. It's not cynical. Spoilers, but Ultraman does die here, sacrificing himself to the betterment of humanity, even though most of them don't trust him. It's actually a pretty powerful ending. Again, Ultraman isn't something I'm the most familiar with. If this is what's in store with me, I'm definitely excited to see more.
Ku Klux Klan. Oh no.
Hello everybody, I'm going to watch a frick ton of Markiplier. Now this is definitely an interesting suggestion. This is actually a handful of videos Mark made, taking a break from his normal Let's Play stuff and instead doing little short films. Mostly all connected with lore and recurring characters. I like Mark. The guy seems to be a genuinely nice dude. And he's been at this stuff for a while, but I'm not really into Let's Plays, so I never really got into him. Now these though, these are great. Squid actually gave me a watch order for these, and we'll go into watch order. First is Who Killed Markiplier. We thought it would have been like a little silly side project. Well, this is like an actual film. We learn all about the suspects. It's brilliantly shot. The mystery is actually really well done. No spoilers. Like, knowing Mark, I thought this would have been like a comedy, but I actually got sucked into the series where half the cast played on Mark himself. Like how lame is it to play all the characters yourself? Right, guys? Absolutely. You said it. We just did the thing we just mocked. There's two very minor videos after this diving into the side characters. One is Wilfred Mother-Loving Wharfstatch. That's not me not swearing due to the fact that me cursing will rip a hole in the space-time continuum. That's the actual title. It's an interrogation between a detective and one of the suspects. He slowly morphs into a new alter ego who becomes a recurring character soon. And Damien, a story told in still drawings about one of the suspects alone in the worlds. A really creepy story that actually my favorite of the bunch. The next few are choose your own adventure stories. The first being Heist Markiplier, where you and Mark break into a museum to steal a mysterious box. I decided to only play these once through for time reasons, and I encourage you to do it yourself. Because clearly, the small-time YouTuber Markiplier needs my help. I decided to go guns blazing, rode the Peter copter, got sent to jail, charmed the guards, dug a lot, then through time travel shenanigans, actually ended up completing the heist and getting off scot-free with Mark still my bestie. A pretty satisfying ending. The other one is Date with Markiplier, where the first question was if I should pay for a date or not. I looked at our respective sub-counts, and I decided I ain't paying. So we got kidnapped. We found a psychotic theft, found a shiny thing, then aliens killed us. Hey, you win some, you kidnap aliens and some. In Space starts with the Omnitrix sound effect. Also, MatPat is here! And a puppy! Everything is A-OK and Mark's dead. Turn on the oxygen, summon the gun guy, the ice woman, my kitty Bert, and then the team to prosperity. But then there's a light. I need the light. So this happens. So then Mark and I find an alien, he's chill, we get arrested, a lady rescues us, we find several mutinies, and then it becomes a popsicle. For Space 2, we start with just everything messing up, and then Mark is my dad. Okay, so we got the good ending. He reads a book, epic romance, I'm dating Mark, who's my dad, what? Then I'm back at the ship. MatPat is running things. He's a tyrant now, okay, checks out. And like, I have no idea what happens next, dog. I'm comforting Mark, I'm in a video game, I'm in a MatPat video, but somehow, I'm redoing my first run-through of the original game, which was my sign that this adventure is over. I love the space ones. Easily the best one here. And after that, they had me watch a bunch of videos with Wilfred Wharfstatch. There's mostly just fun things to add to the lore, but I don't really have anything to say about.
Hello? Shut the fuck up, motherfucker!
It could just all be wacky, unrelated comedies, but there's like interconnected story and lore here. And weirdly, like, actually super good. Even as someone who isn't really a Markiplier fan, I really dug all of these. I would strongly recommend them. It's really cool to see what happens when a YouTuber really lets loose and does something cool outside the comfort zone. Now, if you want a bad example of that, well...
Shut up!
Why do my friends hate me? The Smosh movie is, of course, the film adaptation of the internet sketch comedy series. I was never super into Smosh. I saw a few of the Pokemon parodies as a kid, but was never super into them. It's a good thing I don't gotta worry about upsetting anyone when I review this film, though, because even the creators of Smosh hate this film. Both creators confirm they have no creative control over the movie. Had to cut and censor large portions of it, and overall, they were inexperienced as filmmakers. Heck, when they revived the series in 2023, one of the sketches even had the film used as a torture device. He and Anthony are unsuccessful losers who think they can turn things around at a high school reunion. But after an embarrassing video of them gets popular on YouTube, they have to go through any means necessary to remove the video. Personally, I'm not super into stories super connected to YouTube, because they'll always be dated. But I mean, it's a little cool to see them interacting with different videos and people. Including Mark! Oh hey buddy, been a while since we've seen you. Not super into the whole bit where Ian basically stalks a girl on YouTube, but ends up getting with her. It's a weird parasocial thing that feels a little gross. And it's really weird I'm saying this on a video where I'm discussing things my friends made me watch and all of these people I met on Discord or YouTube, but bazinga. It's weird because it's a romantic thing, not a friend thing. But who knows, eventually, maybe I will find love through the YouTube comment section. It's not very funny, but I didn't like want to kill myself or anything. More than I could say about New Norm. I didn't have Stone Cold Steve Austin in a punch bowl. Listen, unless you're really doing something really special and different than Markiplier did, most YouTuber movies kind of suck. And there's definitely worse ones out there. So, hey, If you're nostalgic for Smosh, I definitely think other people might like it. But for me, I just want them to shut up.
Imagine running into the legendary outlaw in a place like this.
Don't broadcast it to the whole world, okay?
And to end this off, Galil gave me Trigun Stampede. I had to wait over 2 weeks for him to respond to me, so this better be worth it, my dear friend Little Galil05. This is a reimagining of the original series to be shorter, and all done in CG. Vash is an outlaw wandering the space desert with his few friends, on the trail of an evil villain, his brother. You know, I always knew Galil really loved Vash, but I didn't know why. Until I got to this scene.
He's quite a goon.
Oh! It's because he finds him relatable. The original series is really high on my list of things to watch. Once I'm done with my adult cartoon watch through, I'll definitely hit it. This is a very good way to start off. For what I know, this is a condensed version of the original show and manga. So it's definitely a bit weirdly paced, but still really enjoyable. Vash is a fun character that I know I'll fully love when I've watched the original. I keep forgetting how great CG looks in anime. This is as beautiful and fluid as 2D animation can be, especially in the big action scenes. Why I have a character named Roberto De Niro though? Apparently he wasn't even in the original. I'm a massive Shark Tale fan, don't get me wrong, but we don't gotta shove in a reference to it. A second season has been confirmed. And on top of definitely wanting to check out the original, I'll also be keeping up with this. And Yu-Gi-Oh! And Columbo. And Vocaloid. And Kamen Rider. And Ultraman. Free my soul. And that's the end of things. I considered making, because it's about one, having this big ranking of everything that I ever reviewed for this series. But it's just too much time and effort. I made a tier list for these, by the way, actually. You can just go check the tier list in the description, have fun. Check the community rankings to see my rankings, by the way. Oh, and also have everyone fight to the death.
This power is without peer. It is the ultimate strength.
These videos have been endlessly fun to make. I love checking out things either I've never watched in a million years, or things I keep putting off, and finally get to mark off my list. Most of all, I'm just happy to connect more with my friends. It may seem shocking to you knowing the jock Chad I am now, but I had no friends in middle school, only a few in high school, and back to none in college. That just by screaming into a camera for 20 minutes got me into a group of friends who are now incapable of seeing Comedian Tough Puppy normally anymore. Series give me at least one movie that's now among my favorites. Stuff characters add to my ever-growing list, and more importantly, I'm excited to share with my friends. Afterwards, whenever I make one of these, there's always at least one person who reaches out to me, and we just nerd out about whatever they suggested. And that's what this is all about. Am I being corny? Yeah, that's just kind of who I am. Maybe I'll return to this series in the future, but I wanted to make a nice, neat little trilogy. That's why I have a weird number of people here. I want to get as many people as I possibly can. The idea's been kicking around in my head to do a game version. I have no time or money, but maybe. And again, if there's enough demand, and I think enough people to have for new peeps, if people want to return, sure. But for now, I'm just thankful for the ones I got. Thanks for all my besties who participated. I truly value all of you. I mean, just look at how nice everyone is to me.
I'm gonna destroy all of it. You're not worth it.
Oh, I didn't forget about you guys. I just had nothing bad to say about you guys. It's like you're completely fine. They don't worry. There's nothing bad about you.